replace this old ceiling fan. It's not that old, but it's had several problems. I've had a part to change out the cord because it has broken a couple times and it doesn't run right. So being my daughter's bedroom, I don't really like this running without really trusting it. So we're replacing it today, and so I'm gonna run the timer so we'll know from start to finish how long it takes me today. Every project runs into an issue or two, so we'll see. So with this one, I already have my tools on hand. I have the box here, and I've already switched off the power. So everything should be good to go, but we will make sure that everything is okay as we go. So here we go. I'm going to start the timer. So the fan I'm replacing it with is a shorter blade fan, which was easier for this space. Now, this is a kind of an attic type bedroom, so I do have a drop down pole with the old fan, and hopefully the new one will fit on that, because otherwise it won't work, because we have an angled ceiling coming here. Here's the fan motor and the lights. It's pretty heavy, so you gotta make sure you install these well. I'm not an electrician, so do not take my electrical advice as being authoritative. However, I have done a lot of electric work and have done a lot of learning over the years. And just in terms of installing electrical appliances, electrical fixtures. We are in year 12 of remodeling an old house, an old fixer-upper that will always be a fixer-upper. I'm going to include my electrical tester with me just to see if it's working. Let's test it on these. Probably won't work on the... It will work on the little LED strip lights, so that shows you how sensitive it is. So on each side we have two screws. One is to come out and the other is a position screw. So side number 2. All right. And then familiar setup again with ceiling fans is you have this bit of a ball where it fits in to hang it. So again, I'm going to test these wires before I separate them up here. Black wire, I'm getting no power, so. All right, I'm just going to cut the ground wire loose. So then there's your wiring. There's my down rod that I plan to reuse here. So again, that's what I took apart at the beginning from the old setup. This is the piece that's really anchored in up there. And then the electric box for a ceiling fan has to be secured more than just a regular light fixture box. Surprising number of spider webs, but then it's been 12 years, so. All right, so now this part is what I had forgotten to put on. And it's just basically an appearance piece, but I didn't want to leave it out because once you put it up here, you're not gonna want to take it down to do that. So at this point, I'm saying that I didn't bring my A game. So in my case, I am wiring both the blue and the black to my incoming black wire. So that is standard for your power. If you have a wiring setup where you have separate wires that go to a switch, and one's for the light and one is for the fan, then you'll need to keep those in mind. The blue then will connect to the one for the light, and the black will connect to the one for the fan. Simple enough, right? Nope, I didn't tape my power wires. Also learned in doing this over the years that anytime you think you're using too much tape, you're probably not. Things are better with more tape. Tape those wires tightly together. Try to get these wires all pushed out of the way. You always want to try to do that without moving things around too much, because you don't want to cause the wires to get pulled apart in the process. And my last connection here is to reconnect my neutral wire, which is green. So any wiring you ever do in the United States, green is neutral, or bare wire is neutral. So a wire without coating on it is going to be also a neutral wire. So a lot of times when you pull apart wiring, like in an outlet, you will have a black wire, a white wire, and then a bare wire in there. But if you have a really old house like mine, then sometimes you don't have the grounding in your old wiring. It's not great, but it's not the end of the world. I do have wiring here. A lot of my house has been rewired. It's much, much safer now than it was when we first moved in. And then there's the cover piece, as before. Not very happy with the time right now. My score. But so far we haven't run into any major obstacles. And maybe if I looked at the directions, I would be ahead of this time. So it gives a little bit of wiggle room. So at this point, I'm going to go down and turn on the electricity before I install the fan blades, just to make sure that we have everything in place that we need. And if it's running, then we're good. And we'll install the fan blades. All right, that looks good. I'm going to look at the instructions to make sure I'm getting these the right direction. All right, so they actually go on the top. All right, I was wondering how that was going to work. I will show you in just a second how these are going to attach back to the fan motor. The big deal with ceiling fans is always vibration. You want a ceiling fan to be able to run on high without rattling. No rattle and hum. Although Rattle and Hum is the greatest album ever made. see these are just two-piece screw. It's going to thread down on each part. Okay, and then you do that for the other two. I've got to do it here on the clock so that we aren't cheating. All right, so I'm going to show you this because I can't do it on live camera. But this then is how you're going to attach the blades to the top part. See, it spins, and they've left a gap here for your screwdriver to go in. Then once you get one attached, you spin it around to the next one, so on and so forth. Sorry. I don't know about you, but I've had a lot of trouble with LED bulbs lately. Bulbs that, you know, are supposed to last a long time, and they don't. I want the globe to be tight because we don't want it to rattle when the fan's running. Oh, not too tight. I hope I didn't break it there. All right, that's a pretty good breeze right there. And the light works. Let's call it 1/16. All right, is that fair? I still gotta attach these, but 1 hour, 16 minutes. Attach the little Honeywell labeled. So I have a Honeywell in my bedroom. It's a big bladed fan with a remote. I really like it. Right now I'm wondering with this one, I feel a good breeze. I'm guessing it's on high, but let's see. All right, we're gonna switch directions. I don't know, there are rules about which direction, which season, but if it's hot, I always like it blowing down. All right, so it's a little fan, little Honeywell fan. I think it's a good looking fan. And it does, I will say it does better than I expected in terms of its put out and airflow. It's nice. Hear it, I'm sure. It's just the air sound. Maybe a little bit of a vibration noise. All right, so hope that was helpful. If you're looking into one of these, you're looking to install. Most ceiling fans install basically the same way. So this is how most are going to install. It's a down rod. You can get one that installs flush against the ceiling, but basically the same process, connecting the wires. So hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.